Howdy, everybody. You're tuned in to another episode of the Flea Flicker Show. Just playing, but you got your hosts here, Fred and Dre. We drop new episodes every Wednesday and Friday in the NFL season. You can subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts, and make sure to follow us on social media at Flea Flicker Show. Dre, tell them what the fuck we got going on for an exciting Thanksgiving slate.
Yeah, heck yeah. This should be a fun week. We got the Week 12 NFL game preview for the Flea Flicker preview pod. And yeah, it should be a fun one. But before we do that, I wanted to hit, since it is the week of giving, I was just wondering, Fred, in a football sense, what are you thankful for, man?
What am I thankful for? In a football sense, I'm thankful the Eagles are 9-1. They haven't put everything together on the field, but they're still able to come away with the best record in the league. So I'm thankful for that. I'm not thankful for the litany of injuries we've had across the board, especially the quarterbacks. So the only part of that I am thankful for is that we've got to see Josh Dobbs kind of emerge as this quarterback that he wouldn't have really had a chance to do if it wasn't for injuries. So
yeah, I agree with you. My thankful list, I also have Josh Dobbs on there. The Pastronaut has been such a fun watch this year. I also have Tommy DeVito on there, the hometown hero for New York, because not much else for New York has been very thankful for me. So
I'm also pretty thankful for CJ Stroud. He's single-handedly helping me in my dynasty league. So really thankful for that. Thankful that the Falcons are finally giving Bijan Robinson some play. So that's good as well.
I'm thankful for the Dolphins offense. I have a lot of them in our league in fantasy.
Yeah. They're carrying you wholeheartedly. Like that team is just carrying you.
Yeah, they carried me to a 10-1 record so far. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for the Lions rise and the Patriots fall. Mostly the Patriots fall, though. It's been so nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's everything I'm thankful for this NFL holiday. So let's get into the games. Last week I was 8-6 and you were 7-7. It was the exact same record from the week before, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, so you're now 3 games ahead of me on the season.
3 games up. Let's see if I can maintain that this week. We got some fun Thursday night Thanksgiving games with your teams that are pretty much always there. The Lions, the Cowboys. Are those the only 2 teams that are always there? Those are the only 2.
Isn't Washington usually there? It used to be there when they were the Redskins, I think. And it was like a whole Cowboys versus Redskins thing for like Thanksgiving. Okay. But not too PC, I guess, but now it's Cowboys versus Commanders. It doesn't have the same sting to it, but it still works.
Yeah, it still works. Well, they're both playing, but let's start with the 12 p.m. Thanksgiving slate. The Packers going into Detroit to face the Lions. Aaron Jones will not be there, which makes this even more difficult for a Packers team that is just going to be the definite underdog in this one. They looked solid against the Chargers last week, but I just don't think, the Lions did let the Bears hang around, so the Packers do have a chance, but no, I'm taking the Lions on this Thanksgiving holiday. The Lions fans will finally get a solid tradition started because they see a lot of Thanksgiving losing over the years.
Oh yeah. I think I agree with that one. I think the Lions are going to serve up a Thanksgiving feast in this, and the Packers are going to be the main course. So they're going to really eat in this game, and I don't think it's going to be close, honestly, especially with Luke Musgrave going down. Luke Musgrave went down with an abdomen injury last week, and he was hospitalized for it. It's pretty severe. They didn't say what it was, but I'm guessing it was probably a ruptured spleen. So he's likely done for the year, though.
Yeah, that's rough. So yeah, we both start off. Oh, I just spit a little. We both start off on the same page. Let's move to the 4:30 slate. Commanders versus Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. I think this will be similar to what we were just talking about. The Cowboys are very talented. The Commanders just lost to a talent-poor Giants team. So I think the Cowboys are going to kind of demolish the Commanders in this game. I don't think it'll be really close. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone in DC, but it's not going to be good if you turn the TV on. All right.
Yeah. The Cowboys are going to be having their share of turkey legs in this one. And the Cowboys are going to be the commanders of the Thanksgiving table in this, and they're going to serve up a side of victory, a victory with a side of dominance in this game against the Commanders.
Hey-o.
Yeah. Howell's been impressive, but he's more fantasy impressive than real life impressive. Isn't translating the wins. Cowboys are just too good for them.
Yeah, those were a couple of easy games. This one might be a little more interesting, maybe. The 8:20 game, though, the 49ers are heading into Seattle, facing the 12th man. They just lost Hufanga. The Seahawks, Kenneth Walker, probably not going to be playing. Geno Smith is questionable last I saw. I don't know if there's an update on that recently, but this will be a 12th man Thanksgiving. If Geno plays, I think they have a chance. If Drew Lock plays, no shot. Drew Lock looked pretty bad last week. I don't have any faith, but the 49ers, I think, are going to win this either way. They just looked so good the past few weeks. And without Kenneth Walker, especially, this dominant defense is going to be swarming. But they do have the 12th man, so maybe they have a shot.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough game. And I think it really depends on how good this game is going to really depend on how Geno Smith looks. Is Geno Smith going to play, or is it Lock? Like you said, if Geno plays, it could be close. If Lock plays, it's going to be a bloodbath. So I'm going to take a caveat with this. If Geno plays, I'm saying the Seahawks are going to be the turkeys that couldn't be stuffed on this Thanksgiving Day. And they're going to rally to victory over the 49ers and a big upset. But if Drew Lock gets the start, I'm saying the 49ers take it all day.
Wow. You haven't learned from picking against the 49ers yet, I guess.
I haven't. I have to have some ups. I have to have some differential here this week because I have to make up those 3 games. So
that's true.
I was looking to see where you would pick and where I could potentially get a win that you aren't going to pick the team I'm picking. So
good points. Good points. Yeah. I think Brock Purdy's getting the turducken in that one, but we'll see. We will see. I hope Geno does. I love Geno Smith. He's like my second favorite quarterback after Will Grier. But yeah, let's move to the Friday game.
First year.
Yeah.
First year there's a Black Friday game.
Super weird.
Both can be blacked out. So
it'll be crazy. The Dolphins, though, are heading into MetLife Stadium. It is not JetLife. Get the heck out of here with that. A-Chain hopefully will be able to play in this one. We'll see. The Jets lost Mekhi Becton. But the big news, Zach Wilson getting benched. Tim Boyle will be starting in this game. I have zero faith in him. I don't know if it'll be better or worse than Zach Wilson, but either way, I think the Dolphins are going to make a mockery of this team on Friday Night Football.
Yeah, I think it could be closer than you think, just because the Jets' strength is their pass defense. Those corners could stay with the 2 top options there for the Dolphins with Hill and Waddle. But if Shane plays, especially, the run game could be too much there for the Dolphins, and Mostert and Chain should be able to run all day on the Jets. But either way, I still think the Jets aren't going to be able to do enough on offense to compete, even if they give up 14 points. That's probably still going to be more than what the Jets can put up. So I'm coming away with this with Dolphins making a big splash on the first Black Friday game and leaving the Jets feeling all washed up.
Yeah, you make good points. The Jets defense is really good. This is a big test for them, but I think it's an even bigger test for the Dolphins offense, because if they want to make some noise come playoff time, they will have to beat defenses like this. So we'll see what they can do for sure.
And they struggled with Philly. They struggled against the Bills, but they managed to put up 17 in both those games, which is more than enough to beat the Jets.
Yeah. Let's move to the Sunday games, though. 1 p.m. slate. We're starting off with the Saints heading into Atlanta, taking on the Falcons. Derek Carr has not passed the concussion protocol yet, so we're not sure if it's going to be him or Jameis. And Michael Thomas will not be playing. It could be an interesting game because of that, but I am never, unless he proves otherwise, I am never taking a Desmond Ridder led Falcons team. No, sir. I'm taking Derek Carr, Jameis Winston, Alvin Kamara, whoever the heck's back there. I don't care. I'm taking the Saints.
Yeah, I agree with this. It's really hard to have faith in Desmond Ridder, even if they just ride Bijan Robinson the entire game. The Saints have a good run defense. They have a pretty solid defense as a whole, but I think they're gonna come away victorious in this, and they're gonna leave the Falcons feeling like flightless birds in this, and that they couldn't take off, and they likely won't be able to.
All right. Yep. On the same page for most of these games so far, except you taking the Seahawks for some reason. But let's move to Cincinnati. The Steelers coming into town I feel like we're getting a divisional match from this group every single week at this point. Steelers versus Bengals, though. I will be at this game, so that's fun. Very upset that Joe Burrow is going to miss this one. Of course, he waits until the game that I'm going to be there to miss his first game of the year. It's ridiculous. But we'll see what Jake Browning can do. He looked kind of solid last week, I feel like, when he had to play, and he's actually going to get like the first team reps now. So I could see the Bengals actually winning this game with Browning, but I don't think I can pick him just yet because we haven't seen him. We don't know what he can do. And this is a good defense in his first ever NFL start. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Steelers.
Yeah, it's in his first NFL start against a defense like the Steelers. It's probably going to be tough sledding there for him. The Steelers did fire Matt Canada, so the offense might not look like it's from the 1950s anymore, hopefully. They got a lot of weapons there, and I hope they can do something on this game. The Bengals do have a good defense, so it might be tough either way there for Kenny Pickett and company, but hopefully they do a little bit better, especially for fantasy purposes, because they have some good receivers there that can make an impact. And but I do think the Steelers are going to be too much, especially defensively, and they're going to turn the Bengals into a bunch of meowing lions instead of some tigers in this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there with my Uncle Joe, who's a big Steelers fan, so he'll be very happy if the Steelers win this one. You make a good point. I kind of forgot about Matt Canada getting fired. The offense should rally, I would think, around the new coordinator. So
it paid dividends for the Bills. So I mean, the Bills fired their OC and put up probably their best week in months at the other night.
Literally, yeah.
Against a very good defense in the Jets. So
yeah, so that makes me even more confident with picking the Steelers in this one. Poor Bengals fans, man. It really sucks for them this year.
Yeah,
let's move though. Yeah, let's move to I think could be the game of the week, honestly, here. The Jaguars heading into Houston to face a hot Texans team, but the Jags are pretty spicy themselves. This is a huge divisional matchup. I kind of previewed it a little bit last video, because the Texans are trying to catch the Jags right now to take that division. And if they win this game, they just might do it. The Jags are probably going to be favored, I would think. And they looked really good last week as the Texans kind of struggled, but still got a win. So maybe I should be picking the Jaguars here. Maybe that's the smart pick, but the Texans are so fun. CJ Stroud is fun every single week, and I really think they can pull off the win. So I'm going to pick the Texans in a huge test of a game.
Yeah. This is one we're not splitting on. I mean, you know me. I'm a big CJ Stroud fan, and I think the Texans and CJ the Kid are going to come in and they're going to rope Trevor Lawrence, and really CJ is going to come in like a wild stallion that couldn't be tamed, and the Texans are going to roll to victory.
Heck yeah. I think that could be maybe the NFL's game of the week. It will not be the Flea Flicker Show game of the week, unfortunately. Let's move to Indianapolis. It's only 3 hours away from me. I could go to this game too, but we got the Buccaneers heading in to take on the Colts. And listen, you know me. I've been talking about it all year. I'm a Baker Mayfield guy. You're a Gardner Minshew guy, so I'm interested to see what your take is. I think it could be a good game, though, with Minshew Mania at home. But I'm going to go ahead and trust Baker and Mike Evans and this Buccaneers defense to take it.
All right. Well, I like it. I thought that might be what you went towards. So I'm taking the Colts in this. I think I'm going to sail past the Buccaneers and leave them a little bit shipwrecked. So Gardner Minshew, dude's a baller. I love him. We both got the mustache vibe going, and I think he's gonna put up some numbers against a pass defense that has been pretty lacking. So coming off, I think Downs and I think Pittman are going to have a field day in this game. Mike Evans is really the only piece of the Buccaneers that remains to be consistent. And I think it's still going to stay the same for that. But I think Pittman and Downs are both going to have excellent days. I mean, similar to what happened with the Texans, where the Texans put up massive numbers against them and every receiver was lighting up the board. I don't think it's going to be necessarily that drastic. He's not going to put up 400 plus yards passing, but I think they're going to have a solid day out there.
All right, we're splitting. I knew for a damn fact that we were going to be splitting on that one. Let's move, though. That should be a fun game. I don't think it's quite qualifies as our game of the week, but we'll see. Let's move to the New York, another MetLife game. The Patriots coming into town. Legendary rivalry, Patriots and Giants. I think this could actually be a really good, angry, aggressive game. Devontae Parker injured. We'll see if he can make it back. I'm not sure. Adoree Jackson missed the last game for the Giants. Darius Slayton went out last week for the Giants. That's kind of big, honestly, for their offense. But the Giants still have the Pats number, in my humble opinion, and I don't think this year's going to change with the Pats and Giants both kind of, bad teams. The Giants, I think, though, have a little more pizzazz. And Mac Jones, by the way, I think I mentioned it already, but he has been taking starting reps, so he isn't confirmed as the starter for this game, but it's looking like he's going to be. And I think the Giants are going to absolutely demolish him with that defense. So I'm taking the Giants. I kind of don't want him to win, but I'm not going to not pick them against the Patriots. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I saw that as well, that he's probable to make the start here this game, which is insane. Like, just start Zappy. Like, what are you losing? What do you have to gain from starting Mac Jones? But anyway, I'm going Giants as well. I think Tommy, the Italian stallion DeVito, is going to serve up a pasta dish that the Patriots just can't digest. So I know he has pasta before the game, and he's going to come in and serve that dish up nice and cold and leave the Pats leave a little bit defeated.
Heck yeah. I like it. Both picking the Giants. Surprising because
Yeah.
they've been so bad. This is the only game I think, unless they prove themselves like a lot in this one, I think this might be the last time I take the Giants this year, to be honest. We'll see. But let's move to Tennessee. The Panthers coming in to take on kind of struggling Tennessee team, but they still have a little fight in them. What do you think about this one, man?
I mean, I think this one's the poop bowl of the week. This one is a pretty shit game. You're looking at a Titans team that has been struggling. Granted, they've faced some pretty decent defenses of late, but the Panthers have been bad all year. One win, and I think I'm gonna take the Titans just because I like Levis a little bit better than Bryce Young, and they're gonna leave the Panthers feeling like a bunch of scared kittens in this game and come out on top.
Yeah. I'm pretty much on the same page as you. The Panthers are bad. Listen, I work at the University of Kentucky, so give me a Will Levis win in this one. And honestly, I want to see a Derrick Henry wild game. I want to see him go off in this one because he's been quiet lately, and I think this could be the game where he finally gets back to it. And this might be
awesome.
the last year we see him in a Titans uniform. So I just want to see one of those old Derrick Henry games of old, where he was just going crazy on people. Let me see it, Derrick Henry. Let's move to the 4 p.m. slate, though. We got the Rams heading into Arizona to take on a Cardinals team that has been giving people fits. Cooper Kupp, I think he's going to play, but we're not sure right now, so we'll see. The Rams should win this one, but the Cardinals have been a thorn in the side of everyone they play, so I'm definitely not going to count them out. I'm definitely going to pick the Rams, though, in a close one.
Cool. Yeah, the Rams have a lot of weapons. Really depends if Cooper Kupp plays or not. Puka Nacua, though, has been pretty excellent all year. I think if Cooper doesn't play Tutu Atwell, it's going to put up numbers in this, but they seem to be pretty good without him. Do you know if Kyron Williams is back yet?
Oh, that's a good question. I was going to look that up actually before this. I'm going to look it up real quick if you want to keep talking.
Yeah, I don't know if he is back. If he is, that's going to really dictate a lot in this game because he's a huge talent coming back for them. And the offense was really, really flowing nice and smoothly with him back in the fold. He is back. So, I mean,
he is set to be back. They haven't guaranteed it, but they said that he should be.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that makes it a lot tougher because he is a really good running back talent, but I'm going to stick with my original pick, and I'm taking Kyler Murray in the Cardinals. I think they're going to fly high above the Rams and leave them feeling like a bunch of sheep in this game. So I'm taking Kyler. I think the offense looks even better than it did with Dobbs there. Kyler is he's coming out and he's performed really well since coming back from his injury.
True. I'm starting Kyler Murray this week, so I hope he does good. But I mean, I did say that they could win this one, so I wouldn't be super shocked. With Kyron, I didn't even think about Kyron Williams coming back, to be honest. I feel like that puts him over the top. I think the Rams should win this. Yeah,
it's tough. It really depends, too, like how much he's going to be back because he's coming off a pretty long stint on the IR. So are they going to give him like a share of the load, or are they going to fully give it to him? If they fully embrace it and give it to him, give him a lion's share of workload, get him involved in the passing game, they can take this pretty easily. But if they leave it to Royce Freeman handling a majority of it, I think that that's going to make a huge impact.
Yeah, you definitely make good points there. Let's move to Denver, Mile High Stadium. The Brownies coming into town. This is a big test game. What do you think about it, man?
Yeah, the Broncos. The Broncos are coming in hot. They're the hottest team in the NFL right now in terms of win streak. Their defense actually is pretty solid. The Browns, with the rookie QB and now Watson, I don't think they can do really that much in this game. So I'm saying the Browns are going to, or the Broncos are going to send the Browns back to the dog pound, and they're going to come away with the W.
I could definitely see that. I definitely think the Broncos could. Like we were talking about it last video, the Broncos are on a big win streak, and they're honestly trying to push towards the playoff at this point, which is crazy. And the Browns just lost to Deshaun Watson, well, like 2 weeks ago now, I guess. But DTR didn't look all that great. They still have a really good defense, but without their quarterback, without their running back, the tight end still not playing like everyone thought he was gonna. It's kind of tough to pick the Browns in this one, but I'm going to take them. I'm going to take the Browns defense. I'm going to think that Russ finally gets stopped. Russ and Sean Payton finally get stopped by the Brownies defense in this one. I definitely think the Broncos could win, so I think it's a good pick for you, but yeah, I'm going to take the Browns.
Yeah, there's some good games in this week. We got some splits going early, and we should have at least one more going forward here. So you want to push?
Let's push. We got the Raiders heading into Vegas. The Chiefs heading into Vegas. The Raiders will already be there. Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs. I mean,
Yeah,
the Raiders
I
are
don't think
feisty.
I don't think there's really too much to go in this game. I'm taking the Chiefs as well. They're gonna raid. I think the Chiefs are gonna raid the Raiders' hopes and dreams in this game and leave them feeling like a bunch of buried treasure. Although the Chiefs do kind of struggle with the Raiders as of late. So the past few seasons, the Raiders have put up big games against them, especially with Josh Jacobs. He seems to have a massive day when he faces the Chiefs. So anything can happen any given Sunday, right?
Any given Sunday. It's any given Sunday game, baby. Chiefs don't have receivers. I mean, maybe that'll change it.
Yeah.
Let's move to your team, though. Your home, Philadelphia. The Bills are coming into town. Eagles getting another tough game, but they seem to be winning them all. What do you think, man?
Yeah, this is the second game of the big slate here. I think the Eagles are going to soar above the Bills and leave them feeling like a bunch of buffalo wings. So they're going to be a little bit cooked in this game. I think Hurts is going to make a strong case for his MVP push, and the Eagles fans are going to leave Josh Allen a little bit rattled, and he's going to hear a lot of Hurts for MVP chants this game. So I'm taking Philly. I wasn't going any other way. Philly's coming out with a W.
Listen, I want to say this is the third week since we started doing this that I've had the Eagles written down as my pick, but every time you start talking about them, I get upset, and there's no way I'm picking the Eagles against the New York team Buffalo Bills. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't care. They have Joe Brady as their O coordinator now. They looked really good in his first game. I think they're going to look really good in this one, even against a good defense. Are they still in an injured defense, or are they all back now?
They're pretty healthy. Everyone's back. Byard had his best game with the Eagles last week against the Chiefs, so they're pretty healthy defensively. Cunningham is at this point, I think, a better linebacker than their initial starting linebacker of Nakobe Dean. So on the Nakobe Dean isn't healthy, I like Cunningham better there. But offensively, their only real piece that's missing is Goddard. But
I don't fully trust the Bills in this game against what are the Eagles, like 10-1 now, for God's sakes?
9-1.
9-1. Yeah, they're gonna be 9-2. I'm taking the Bills. I don't care.
All right.
Maybe that's the game of the week. It's always the Eagles. Damn it. Let's move to Sunday Night Football in LA. The Chargers, the Ravens. Mark Andrews on IR. OBJ got hurt. We'll see if he's in. Gerald Everett has been missing the past couple of games. Joey Bosa just got put on IR. A lot of injuries. The Ravens losing Mark Andrews really hurts, and you can't count out the Chargers, but the Ravens and the Chargers have been on two different paths right now so far this year, and I don't think that's going to change in this one. I'm taking the Ravens.
Yeah, I think the Ravens have been too good, and I think they're going to come in and cast a spell on the Chargers and leave them feeling like a bunch of powerless Chargers in this game. So the Chargers can't seem to beat good teams. They can't seem to beat some bad teams. So while they do put up points, I don't see them stopping the Ravens at all. I'm taking the Ravens.
The Chargers will Charger. Speaking of that, though, let's go to another team that likes to do the same thing a lot. Monday Night Football in Minnesota. The Vikings like to lose close games. They've been doing it for years. The Bears are coming into town. They played good last week. Donta Foreman is hurt. We'll see if he can get in there. Justin Jefferson, we'll see if he can come back in his first week back off IR. That'd be fun. It could be a good game if Fields can play like last week. Jefferson possibly playing. I really hope to see. That'll be exciting. I'm going to trust the Pasternak versus Justin Fields.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same page as you. The Bears do have some good qualities. They do have exciting pieces there. The running back kind of committee, it leaves a lot to be questioned. They have who knows what the identity is there. I guess there's a hot hand. Whoever has the hottest hand is going to be the guy. But I'm taking the Vikings in this. I think that the Pasternak, Josh Dobbs himself, is going to launch the Vikings into victory and leave the Bears feeling lost in space.
Yeah, he's taking the beers with him after the win. Come on now. That wraps up the week for us, though. So that's our whole preview pod, our predictions for week 12. If you liked it, please like, comment, subscribe. Fred, what do we always say, man?
Yeah, that wraps up the episode. The best way to support our show is to leave a rating and review on all platforms you listen on. And of course, like the podcast, make sure you subscribe on the Flea Flicker Show on YouTube. Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Follow us on all social media or whatever you're on at Flea Flicker Show. And once again, thank you, Flea Flicker Nation, for tuning in. And until next time.
Peace. We'll see you in Cincinnati, baby.
See ya. Go Birds, baby.